Whitaker, along with primetime John Roser here. Got the head wrap. He's ready to go.
Yeah, primetime.
That's a good one, right?
It is. That's a good one.
I was trying to think, instead of the Steve Carell, The Office version, I thought let's go.
I like primetime better.
Everybody likes primetime. This is John Roser. I'm Lang Whitaker. We're live at FedEx Forum where the Grizzlies are getting ready to take on the New Orleans Pelicans in this Friday day game. It's an NBA Cup day. You can see the court maybe behind us, the special court with the gray color. What color do you think we call this? Gray and blue?
Yeah.
It's a little different than a normal court.
Gray, gold, black, blue on the baseline, sidelines.
The NBA Cup has not been kind to the Grizzlies for the last 2 seasons. Tonight, they're going for their first ever NBA Cup win. Coming off a big win over the Detroit Pistons here 2 days ago. Grizzlies won that one 131 to 111. 7 players in double figures. And the story of that night, and hopefully it continues into tonight, was Marcus Smart was unbelievable.
Yeah, so last season, we got one game like this from Marcus Smart that I remember. Well, maybe 2, but one was that game on the road at the Los Angeles Lakers. It was a Friday night game. It was on ESPN. The Grizzlies go into L.A. That Smart hit 5-6 threes, and the Grizzlies won that one. And then that was the last game of the season Ja Morant played. That Sunday game in Phoenix, the Grizzlies won, but Ja didn't play. And then they played another game after that against the Dallas Mavericks on the road. And Marcus played really well in that game. But that's the game Marcus's finger got messed up. And then he never played again the rest of the season. So the only kind of Marcus Smart game we got last year was that game on the road. That's the first one of those we have gotten here on the FedEx Forum floor. And that is everything the Grizzlies thought they were getting when they traded for Marcus Smart.
That was the full experience.
Yes.
You sign up for the experience. There's highs, there's lows. That was one of the highs, and I don't know how much higher you can get to that one. Like, he finished with 25 points in 20 minutes. He was a plus 23 in his first 12 minutes. You're like, oh my gosh. He comes in the games, making steals, getting loose balls. You know, you talk about last season, there was that play he had last season against the Clippers where he dove on the floor, grabbed that loose ball and like flipped it, the pass.
Did have that one, yes.
That reminded me of the play he made the other night against Detroit. There was a loose ball. It wasn't really a loose ball. There was a ball the guy was dribbling up the court. Marcus just ripped him, dove on the floor, kind of caused some chaos. And that really turned the game for this Grizzlies team. After that, it was kind of all Grizzlies.
Completely flipped the game. In fact, Marcus came in the game when there was 3:05 left in the first quarter. The Grizzlies were down 31-22. The last 3:05, he scored 7 points. The Grizzlies ended the first quarter down 1, just 1, 35-34. Second quarter, the Grizzlies outscored 37-18. Marcus scored 9, and that had 16 of the 25 there in the first half.
Our friends at Michael Cole from the Commercial Appeal talked to Marcus and said he asked him if people are undervaluing him, and he said, I love when people disrespect me and kind of lose sight of me and what I can do. And then you see nights like that kind of thing bring them back to their senses in a sense. I think people were starting to kind of feel like, oh, you know, whatever. He's been hurt this season. We haven't seen a lot of him. And people were thinking, oh, well, like, what's Marcus Smart doing here? That's what he's here for.
No, that's absolutely what he's here for. And look, it's came in last year, and it's adjustment when you spent your whole career on one franchise in Boston. Now you come here, it's a totally different thing. You're playing a totally different system in year 1, but you get hurt, you miss the rest of the season, and now you come into year 2, and it's a totally new offense, and you've got a totally new coaching staff outside of the head coach in Taylor Jenkins. So that right there is an adjustment that it's taken a lot of these players to get used to. But Marcus Smart is Marcus Smart. He's a foxhole guy. Yeah. And when it gets down to it, that's a guy you're going to want on your side on the court.
Yeah, I'll have him in my foxhole any day when we go to war. Speaking of the Grizzlies winning that game there tonight, we're going streaking. The Grizzlies have now won 4 in a row.
Up through the quad into the gymnasium.
That's why I called it that. I figured somebody would get it. We're going streaking. Well, the other day we had a Scottie Pippen segment that I called Pippen Ain't Easy. I don't know if anybody got that one. But yeah, we're going streaking. The Grizzlies have won 4 in a row. They got a chance tonight to make it 5 in a row. And then not looking too far ahead, Sunday they got another sub-500 team, and the Pacers coming in here. So the Grizzlies feel like, you know, for the start of the season, it was up and down, kind of back and forth. Feels like they kind of found something now, and they're starting to ride one of those streaks. You see them get into a rhythm during the season. I feel like they're into one of those now. Yeah, no, they definitely have, and this was the time when you really wanted to do it. You suffered, you know, home losses to Brooklyn and Chicago that if you could have them back, you absolutely would. Sure. Specifically that Chicago one, because you blew a 20-point lead. But
the Grizzlies are doing right now what they should be doing. Some people say, oh, you beat the Blazers and you beat the Pistons. Yeah, you're supposed to. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You beat the teams you're supposed to beat. The teams that have really good records, you're not going to beat them every time out. Right. Like, they're also good, and they're going to get wins against you. But the teams you're supposed to beat, you need to take care of business against them, and the Grizzlies have been doing that so far on this homestand.
And the Grizzlies should have won the game at Brooklyn also. Like, to lose 2 games to the Nets, although the Nets are, like, killing the Western Conference right now.
Right,
they've
amazing.
Been, like, dominating all these Western teams. But, yeah, the Grizzlies have left a couple of games on the table early this season. You look at it, and you're like, oh, those are the winnable games. Sort of like we talked about with Tennessee football, like University of Tennessee. You can lose to Georgia. You can't lose to Kentucky.
You can't lose to Kentucky.
Ole Miss, same sort of story. You can lose to
Ole
somebody.
Miss is definitely that story.
You can't lose to Florida. It's the same thing with the Grizzlies. Like, you can't you can't lose these games that you were supposed to win. And they lost a couple of those early on, but it feels like now maybe they're turning the corner and going to start winning some of those games that they hadn't been able to do that so far this year. And to do that, they've won these games. But the other night, Desmond Bane had a bad night. Finished with 2 points, had 7 assists and 7 rebounds to go along with that, but the shot hasn't been there really for him. He's struggled this season, shooting a career low. It's 38%, I believe, from the field. 31% the last 23% last 10 games. Desmond Bane's had a little bit of a tough time adjusting. Taylor Jenkins mentioned it the other night as shaking off rust from being out for a long time. What do you think we need to see from Des to kind of get him going?
I mean, the thing that I guess, it does concern me is I don't see the burst, the off the dribble. Yeah. It makes me wonder if that oblique is still bothering him and maybe he's playing through something. Yeah. And you just hope it gets better. And maybe doctors told him, like, look, it's not going to get worse with you playing on it. Yeah. It's just going to be a thing. It's going to heal over time. And so maybe that's what we're just waiting on here. The 7 rebounds and the 7 assists, though, those numbers are good. And look, if you're not going to make shots, if you can make plays, he's still making plays in other ways out there on the court.
I was watching him in that Detroit game. I was watching him pretty closely because he was coming off a game last year where he scored 49 against Detroit.
He did.
And they were keying on him pretty hard. Like, they were determined not to let Desmond Bane beat them. But there was a few plays where, like, in transition, he came down and he was getting doubled. He was getting covered off the ball. So, like, they weren't going to even let him catch. And there was one point Taylor Jenkins took him out. He came over and sat on the bench. And Taylor spoke to him as he went off the court. And I was wondering, like, I wonder if, like, how does he, like, is Des upset, like, that he's not getting the ball or whatever? The next time out, he was the first guy off the bench to go high-five Scottie Pippen and everyone else coming off the court. I was like, well, he's not letting it bother him. Like, he's still being a leader and still, not going to let, he's not shooting the ball the way he normally does. But I think he's still locked in and still being fast.
Oh, Des is team first, all the way. Team first, no matter what. No, that's absolutely the guy Desmond Bane is. That's why the Grizzlies gave him the contract that they did.
I think we're gonna have one of these games soon where Des.
He is.
He's gonna burst.
He's got to put them together back to back, but you just got to get one first. He kind of had one against Philly. We thought it might carry over. It hadn't yet, but he's got to get one. Then he'll get 2. It's coming eventually.
So John Morant's probable for tonight's game. Josh said on social media that he's definitely going to play. I guess we're going to see him behind us here pretty soon. We'll see him play. Zach Edey, Gigi, Vince Williams still out. The Pelicans have had all sorts of injuries. Alvarado's the hamstring, Zion's hamstring, Herb Jones with the shoulder, Trey Murphy with the knee. Brandon Ingram had a calf injury Monday. They played it, or Wednesday, they played at home and lost to the Raptors and got booed by their home crowd. So not a great game. Pelicans have had a tough year this year. Sort of like the injuries remind you of what the Grizzlies went through last year. If you're on your way down here, hurry, because in the Grizz Den, today's the 191 collabs.
It is, yeah. I'm rocking it.
Wearing the M-Town merch.
It's the 191 collabs. This is the bandana.
From M-Town. The Respect My City collection. I got the windbreakers really cool, too. There's a lot of good stuff. So hit up the Grizz Den, get some of that stuff. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back with Jessica Benson. You're watching the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
Who will lead the Grizz in steals this season?
I'm going to go with Pippen for steals this season.
So I'm going to go with Jaren.
I'm going to go, as long as he's in the rotation, I'm going to go Jake LaRavia for total steals, and I'll have Marcus Smart in my back pocket for steals per game.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We didn't talk about owling, and you're telling me you didn't know owling?
What the hell is an owling?
Owling is worse than Tebowing.
What is an
How
owling?
far can Kyra zoom out on this camera?
She can zoom all the way out.
Can
Are
she
you gonna
zoom
hit us with
out?
a- What are you doing?
I'm owling.
Okay. Wait, why were we doing this? What is that?
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Who do you see ending up in the SWAC championship game? So give me your East and your West based on what you see right now.
If I had to say from what I've seen this year so far, I think you're probably going to get a Southern Jackson SWAC championship.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
D'Anthony Melton took my boys, my little guys, to the ice cream stand. He was like, I'm going to get ice cream. You want to go with? So he took my little guys to the ice cream stand. So, you know, guess who their favorite player is now? John Morant. But outside of that, you know, D'Anthony Melton's pretty high up on the list. How about this? We got youth small D'Anthony Melton jerseys at our house right now. Love D'Anthony Melton. That was a fun night.
It was a fun night, man.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang Whitaker, courtside alongside Jessica Benson. The Grizzlies getting ready to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Grizzlies trying to extend their season-high winning streak to 5 games today as the Grizzlies take on the Pelicans at the in-season tournament, the dastardly in-season tournament. Yeah, the Cup, the Emirates Cup, which is going on tonight. Jessica, welcome back from your Thanksgiving break.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
we turn over fast.
It has to.
Yep.
And actually, this is the shortest year between Thanksgiving and Christmas in like the last 5 years or something like that.
Wow. Fun trivia.
So late. Yeah, there you go. All right, well, we're going to talk about the main character tonight. Who do you have pegged as tonight's main character?
The main character is tryptophan. And for those unaware of what tryptophan is, it's
for real.
something amino acid related that causes certain foods to cause drowsiness. But my overall point is, one, yes, we all had Thanksgiving yesterday. Many of us had Thanksgiving feast yesterday. Might be feeling a little sleepy after eating a lot of turkey. I had some leftovers before I came in here, which was a choice. But seeing how this team plays on the day after a holiday, but also in the midst of this stretch where there are 4 straight games at home being played every other night at FedEx Forum, and like you said, on the cusp of a perhaps season-high 5-game winning streak. Winning streaks are hard because things get loose after a certain period. You might not be attacking it with the same ability. My pants are not because I ate too much yesterday.
Loose after a certain
but someone who will be fresh, we see him right there, is John Morant. And the expectation is that he'll play. It is not officially official.
Although he said
yet,
on social media he was going to play.
He said.
Which makes me think probably going to play.
Usually when a player hops on social media, a player like John Morant
and the Grizzlies
be out there.
is probable, which we never see.
We never see the probable.
It's always, at best, it's questionable.
Right.
Yeah, so probable means he's probably going to play.
Right. But I'm just curious how you stay stay alert in the midst of a condensed part of the schedule. And you saw in the first quarter against the Pistons, I mean, it was not a good first 6 minutes of the first quarter for the Grizzlies. It was very wonky, and then Marcus Smart comes in and really tonally changed the aggression levels of the team.
Yes.
Yeah, and it felt like it kind of took in with everybody else. So how do you get that against the jump? I know this Pelicans team has been one giant struggle bus this season. They are the epitome of what the Grizzlies faced last year in regards to injuries, but it is a cup game. It just means more, and the Grizzlies have never won a cup game.
Fill my cup with gravy.
Fill my cup with pumpkin pie filling. I can't get enough of it.
Before you leave, you said you had leftovers.
So many leftovers.
Did you just eat, did you just recreate your Thanksgiving meal? Or
I did.
You,
Usually I go with a turkey. Usually I do a turkey sandwich. But I had a bagel for breakfast, and so I didn't want to go double.
Carbs,
that's a lot of carbs, you know? And so I did a straight plate that was exactly the same as my Thanksgiving last night.
I made ramen for my son for lunch, and I chopped up some turkey and threw it in there.
Ooh.
And I have some rice in the fridge, and so I was thinking about dinner, like fried rice, turkey.
That sounds fantastic.
Maybe throw some veggies in there.
My husband and mother-in-law are working on a turkey soup, so my post-game dinner will be something different than the
There's
standard.
ways to repurpose.
Yes. And no pie during the day, only at night. Those are my rules.
None during the day. Only
Yes. Otherwise, I will fall asleep.
I also I think I changed the game yesterday because I took the dressing and instead of just cooking in a big tray, I put it in muffin tins.
I saw that on Instagram.
So each one gets like the crusty around the outside. I had one for lunch today. Just like pop it up.
Yeah, that's good.
It was awesome. All right. Thanks, Jess.
You're welcome.
Tryptophan's not going to get us. We're going to take a break and get Sherm here. But as we go, just Nike dropped a commercial for their new Grinch cleat that came out for the holidays right now. And it's pretty great. So we'll take a look at that. And when we come back, Sherm from Sneak Fest is going to join us.
Definitely not boring. Next. Wait. Rewind. CD Lamb. CD Lamb. You are an absolute menace. Just like me. Oh, Saquon. You are as mean as they come. Filthy. Sauce. You are a bad man. Jalen Wallace. Merciless. Dastardly. Villainous. That is nasty.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang Whitaker, alongside Sherman Harper from the Sneak Fest show.
Yes, sir.
Where you can see us every Tuesday talking sneaks,
yes, every
talking
Tuesday.
kicks.
Yes.
At 2 o'clock on Grind City Media.
Our favorite thing to do.
I brought you on here because it's Black Friday.
Yes, it is.
And people are out shopping.
Yes, they are. Spending a lot of money.
And a lot of that money goes on sneakers.
Correct.
We just ran the ad for the new Grinch Kobe cleat that came out this week. We've seen a lot of NFL players wearing it. I don't really know how we would wear that shoe.
So I play flag football, so that would work perfectly for me.
Yeah, but I think you wear it once a week, you know what I mean?
Once a week, exactly, yeah.
There's other shoes that are out now that we could talk about that are probably a little bit more practical. People might be more popular.
Yeah.
You mentioned to me the Adidas AE1 Low.
Correct.
Iron sharpens iron. This is the Anthony Edwards shoe.
Correct. That was dropped today.
Yeah, they out today. I can't remember how much they are. Like $100, something like that.
110, 120 around there. Yep. You can pick those up right now.
Picked this as the shoe of the year.
Okay. They did.
Or this style.
Right, correct.
People love this shoe.
Yeah, they do. It's a good basketball. It's a good basketball shoe. From what I've been told by my barber's son has him. He says it's probably one of his favorite basketball shoes right now that he hoop in.
It's very distinctive.
It is.
It looks different than most basketball shoes, and for like the first signature shoe from a player, it's a pretty good start.
It is. And the crazy thing about that too, that this is the first time we've seen a brand run the same shoe for so long. Normally, everybody else is normally on 2, 3, 4, 5. He's still on the 1, so they let you know how good that shoe is doing.
How popular it is.
It's very popular. Yeah. Good.
Well, and then like the classic, the Air Jordan 1 is coming out for the holiday season.
Yes.
The Low Royal and black colorway.
The Royals dropped today as well too.
Yeah. And those are like what? Like
150, 170, something like that. Yep.
Just a straight up low top Jordans.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're blue and black.
Yep.
Kind of Memphis Tiger colors.
Memphis Tigers colors, and you can probably, depend on how you kind of style it up, you probably could do it with a Grizzlies jersey too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
I mean,
maybe, or like one of the Beale Street Blue.
The Beale Street Blue one, exactly.
Or the dark blue.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
What else are people talking about this year, this time of year for the Black Friday?
For Black Friday, man, it's so many sales going on right now. Like right now, Nike has a extra 25% off for their sale that's going on. Other boutiques and stuff in stores has deals going on right now. I mean, you can find shoes, dunks and stuff right now, like $40, $45 right now. So the biggest thing right now is, I think, is the stuff that's coming up within this Christmas holiday season. You got the 11s, the 11s we talked about this past Tuesday, the Black Cat gas is coming out. Everything else is coming out in between time.
Yeah.
So.
I saw some of the players we're talking about here. I saw DeJounte Murray wearing the New Balance.
Those are nice.
They're pretty cool.
Those
you
are
don't
nice.
see a lot of those.
No.
And Scottie Pippen, like the other night, had on a pair of Ja ones I've never seen.
So those are the Chinese New Year's.
Oh,
so those
okay.
are Chinese. So
they were like baby blue and red.
Yes.
Like the Sounds uniform.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So Ja was supposed to wear those last season before he got injured.
Yeah.
But by him getting injured, he couldn't wear them no more. So
And he's on the twos now.
now he's on the twos now, and he's actually wearing a pair of twos right now.
Yeah. Pair we haven't seen before.
We have not seen those before.
But you got to watch tonight because he's probable to play. We think he's going to play.
Yes, he's definitely going to play tonight. In those, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully he plays in those. Yes. Even right now, Brandon Ingram is warming up behind us. He has on the Air Jordan 39s right now. That's a colorway I had never seen before that he's wearing. So.
Yeah, he was doubtful their last game and he missed it. So we'll see if he goes tonight. He has a calf injury. They've got like a whole. They're like us last year.
Yeah.
They've had so many injuries.
Yes.
It's been a tough year for them.
I think I saw a list. I think this year Pelicans is number 1. I think we was like number 5 or 6 on that list of having the most injuries within the last year or two. So that's the wrong list to be on.
It is. And hopefully the Grizzlies are on the nice list, not the naughty list this year.
Exactly. Right.
So,
exactly.
Hey, you can watch Sherm and me and Adam and Jerry every Tuesday on Sneak Fest at 2 o'clock here on Grind City Media. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with John Roser. We're going to go around the NBA and get you ready for tip-off. You're watching the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
Goldberg announces he's going to have a retirement match in 2025, and he said this on College Game Day.
We know you're trying to ride the coattails because the 2025 is supposed to be the year of John Cena. Goldberg, I have a message for you, my guy. We don't care about your retirement match. Your retirement match was 3 years ago. Go somewhere, go away.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
The 3 big beats this week. One was root for points in honor of John Roser. How about that Miami-Louisville game?
Good
Crushed
grief.
the over, which was 60. Finished with 97 total points, 52-45. Meanwhile, the Academy's covering again, both Army and Navy, getting the job done.
This.
Army, best start since 96.
America.
Navy crushed Charlotte. They're ranked 23rd and 24th in the country.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Looking for unique gifts and the spirit of Memphis? The Memphis Grizzlies are hosting Grizz Shop Local in the grand lobby of FedEx Forum. On November 30th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., discover a curated collection of Memphis and Mid-South small businesses all in one place. From handmade art to delicious treats, you can find something special for the holidays while supporting the heart of our community. Come join us on November 30th and support Memphis by shopping local.
Now every time you go to Miami, you can go see, like, that's a statue of me there.
No, I don't look nothing like that thing, man. Look, I'm sorry.
I would have been offended.
Look at that. That is UTA.
Oh, my God. Oh, look. Hey, y'all got to get that screenshot. Man. Put that on the...
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. I'm Lang Whitaker, back with John Roser. There's about 7 minutes till we get you over to Grizzlies Live on FanDuel Sports Network. Roser still celebrating the 191 collab with M-Town Merch going on right now in the Grizz Den upstairs. Grizzlies getting ready to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. And we're going to go around the NBA like we always do. When the Timberwolves made the trade with the Knicks, the Julius Randle Cat trade, I went on record. I was on Grizzbeat. I was like, I don't like this trade for either team.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps either team. I understand there's financial considerations.
Right.
The T-Wolves were a good vibes team last year, and now they're not. And after the game the other night, Anthony Edwards said, our identity right now is I think we soft as hell as a team internally. Not to the other team, but internally we're soft. We can't talk to each other like a bunch of little kids, like we're playing with a bunch of little kids. Everybody, the whole team, we just can't talk to each other. We've got to figure it out because we can't go down this road. They've lost 7 of their last 9. Got booed by the fans at home. It's not
That's a
good
tough one
times right now.
That's a tough one.
Timberwolves.
Yeah. this can happen. Like, you took out a massive piece of your team and replaced it with a guy who also is used to having the ball in his hands and doing a lot of isolation, and he's used to playing a big role on a team. So
it is a different type of player. Right?
Right. You're not just putting in a role player to fit. Like, you're putting in you're taking out a massive piece and putting in another guy who you want to be a big piece. Like, there's going to be an adjustment period.
And we've seen already, like, on the court, you saw Randall and Rudy Gobert kind of get into it the other night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the Timberwolves last year were so good and the vibes were good, and now the vibes are not good, and now it's starting to kind of get public a little bit. It's not a good place, I think.
Yeah, this is a test for Anthony Edwards, because this is real adversity, because everybody saw what you did last year, and you're the leader of the team, and you're expected to take this team to bigger heights. And so
there's also a bunch of guys who are in contract years for that team, so they're all, look, they want to be good teammates, but at the end of the day, they're going to think about that too.
Right.
So they're trying to figure that out. I want to talk about Yuki Mania a little bit, because not only did we see Yuki Kawamura get in the other night, I was on the radio that night, and in the fourth quarter, the Grizzlies had a 20-something point lead. The fans were chanting. It was so loud in here.
It was so
unbelievable.
loud.
Hasselstein and I were sitting up there. We were like, "This is like a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?" He gets in. He finally makes a shot. You get to call the Memphis Hustle games with Eli Savoy.
Pretty awesome shot.
It was cool. Yeah, it was like a fadeaway. Here's a replay of it.
Yeah, look at little Kobe Jordan
turnaround
action.
Jumper. You get to see him play with the Hustle also. What's it been like, just this whole crazy, like, Yuki Mania we're going through?
It's definitely different when he's in the game. I mean, it definitely is. Our last game, he got something the other night with the Grizzlies that we didn't get the last Hustle game. He didn't make a shot for the Hustle. He was actually 0 for 8 for the field, but the assist numbers, he had 9 assists. I mean, he is an
Did he have like a 17-17 game or something?
Yeah, he did. He had, it was like a 15-16, 16-15 game recently for the Hustle. No, it's absolutely fun. I mean, the offense really, really moves when he's in the ball game. No, it's a blast, and we had fans there the other day just to see him. You get people there just to see him.
He can make every pass a no-look pass somehow.
He absolutely can. He is one of the best bounce passers I've ever seen. Right. You don't see a lot of guys throw bounce passes these days, and he does, and he's amazing at it. He gets into the teeth of the defense, and then he's just looking around, and it's just a drop-off bounce pass. A lot of no-looks.
It's going to be interesting to see him as he learns the NBA game and tries to figure out, like, what he can do within the structures here, because he's been here for a month now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So he figured out how to be the MVP of the Japanese League. I think he'll probably be good here, too. Look, we have a rule in my house: no Christmas celebration, music, nothing until the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So last night we watched Elf. That's like our thing.
All right.
Thanksgiving night we watch Elf as a family. What's your favorite all-time Christmas movie?
I mean, for me, I was born in 1984, so like I'm like 6, 7 years old when Home Alone comes out. Like I'm like
you were Kevin McAllister.
I was Kevin McAllister. Like the idea of being that young, like my family leaving me alone to do whatever I want to do in the house, like amazing.
Not
amazing.
Scary at all. I was a little scared when I was a kid and I saw that. I don't want to be left.
Well, like Old Man Marley scared me in the movie. He absolutely did. The other one, as I've gotten older, is Bad Santa. I think bad, and rest in peace, the late great Bernie Mac in that movie too.
Is that Billy Bob Thornton?
Billy Bob Thornton. The late John Ritter also. Rest in peace. John Ritter's in that one too. Bad Santa is one of those that I don't know how you don't laugh at it every single time you watch it.
That's a great one.
Yeah, Bad Santa's. Christmas Vacation's obviously a great one.
That's a good one too.
There's a bunch of great Christmas movies, but yeah, I would go Home Alone and Bad Santa.
All right, there you have the official rankings from John Rosa. We're about to get this thing started in about a minute. You can
like the Black Eyed Peas.
To FanDuel Sports Network to catch Rob Fisher, Chris Vernon, Brevin Knight, Pete Pranica as they bring you Grizzlies Live. If you want, you can flip over to ESPN 92.9. If you're ready to come in here, you can hear Eric Hasseltine, Elliot Perry, Jessica Benson, Bennett Doyle are up there. And then the Grizzlies game itself is going to start in half an hour. So we're going to let you get ready for this game. Go eat the rest of that turkey. Finish your leftovers.
Man, I had a deep fried turkey yesterday. First time ever.
Amazing.
No other way to eat a turkey now.
You can't go back.
No, can't go back.
You can buy a deep fried turkeys at Popeyes.
What?
They sell it at Thanksgiving.
Like a full
fried turkey.
This is a game changer.
Yeah, it's going to change your life. All right, we're going to get get out of here. You guys get ready for this game. See if the Grizzlies can extend this winning streak against the New Orleans Pelicans. We appreciate you watching. We'll be back on Sunday when the Grizzlies play the new Indiana Pacers. Here, you're watching the warm-up show on Grind City Media.